Halo guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Salsabilla Putri from Syariah Economic Law, Raden Masaid State Islamic University of Surakarta. On this occasion, I will review a book entitled Hukum Perdata Internasional by Dr. Ronald Saija, SHMH. This book was published by Publish in Yogyakarta, where the first printing was published in February 2019. This book has 117 pages and the size 40 by 20 cm with ISBN number 9786232091580 and 0. The International Civil Law textbook can be used as a perception of legal understanding for Indonesian citizens and foreign nationals in legal activities that occur in the life of the international community in general, especially for students or law graduates and legal practitioners, to make it easier to understand the ins and outs of international civil law that develops implicitly and explicitly. This book contains a study of international civil law which is divided into 9 chapters, including Chapter 1, Pengantar Hukum Perdata Internasional, and then Chapter 2, Sejarah Hukum Perdata Internasional, Chapter 3, Penunjukan Kembali or called Rempoy, Chapter 4, Ketertiban Umum, and then Chapter 5, Persoalan Pendahuluan, Chapter 6, Penyelundupan Hukum, Chapter 7, Penyesuaian, Chapter 8, Status Personal, and the last chapter is Chapter 9, Timbal Balik dan Pembalasan. In Chapter 1, with the topic of Pengantar Hukum Perdata Internasional, it contains an explanation of the term of international civil law which don't have standard terms, so that various terms have arisen which have been introduced by several legal experts in various countries and ask for criticism for terms that arise. The explanation of the definisi Hukum Perdata Internasional from various legal sources and the opinions of legal experts include Muhtar Kusumaatmaja, Overhouse, Saudargo Gautama, Southland, each present a logical and interesting opinion. Furthermore, in the chapter also explain about sifat, asas-asas, prinsip, dan masalah utama hukum perdata internasional, and the last is about the titik taut hukum perdata internasional. Okay, the next chapter is Chapter 2. Explaining the Sejarah Hukum Perdata Internasional, the history of international civil law which begins with the initial principles of the development of international civil law is followed by an awareness of legal pluralism during the growth period of the personal principle. Then the Renaissance period with the growth of the territorial principle came to theories such as the Stuta theory in Italy, France, and Netherlands. As for the last qualification theory, lex fori and lex causi, to the theory of qualification autonomously. The next chapter is Chapter 3, about Rempoy or Penunjukan Kembali. Rempoy issue, it becomes very interesting because it determines a person's personal states. This chapter explains the meaning of Rempoy, the types of Rempoy, and the stage in their determination. Next is Chapter 4, with the topic of discussion on public order. Many experts in international civil law state that the issue of public order is one of the most important issues in the teaching of international civil law. Public order explains the state legal system regarding international order which contains rules to protect the welfare of the states and protect the public. Okay, entering chapter 5, which explain about personal pendahuluan, which contains the terms of understanding and importance of the preliminary problem, then as for the requirements of solving the preliminary problems. Furthermore, in chapter 6 discuss about the penyelundupan hukum, which contains legal smuggling terms for various countries such as the Netherlands, France, Germany, England, and Italy, in addition to the meaning, purpose, and implication of legal smuggling. Okay, chapter 7 explain about adjustment wherein facing various legal difficulties, whether it is the entry of foreign law or facing two legal terms that are the same between foreign law and national law. The judge cannot stop at the equation of legal terms only but needs to pay attention to whether the contents are treated ethically. The law is questioned so that here the judge seems to be doing a legal comparison. Okay, furthermore, chapter 8 on status personal. Personal status in this case includes the rights and obligation of the ability and inability to act in the legal field, whose elements cannot change at the will of the owner. In this chapter, explain about scope of personal states, the principle of determining personal states, and the main principle determine one's nationality. The last chapter is chapter 9, which explain about timbal balik dan pembalasan. This chapter contains term and definition regarding reciprocity and the requirements for reciprocity and written regulation from various countries including France, Austria, Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Indonesia. So guys, after discussing the context of this book, then I will explain the advantage and disadvantage of this book in my opinion. Okay, the first advantage of this book is that it use an easy to understand sentence structure. Then another advantage of this book is that there is a summary of the contents of each chapter, making it easier to draw conclusions. Okay, furthermore, the last advantage in this book is that there are questions at the end of each chapter so that you can remember the material that has been read in this book. Okay, after explaining the advantage of this book, then explain about the disadvantage of this book. The first is that the material described in this book is less detailed. And the next disadvantage in the table of content is that there are no sub-chapter of the chapter, making it a little difficult to find the reading you are looking for. The last disadvantage, in my opinion, is a less parent bibliography. Although this book has disadvantage, I still recommended this book to you guys, especially for students who are taking international civil law courses, because this book is complete enough to be used a reading reference. Besides, this book is small and light, so too easy to carry anywhere. So yeah, that's it for my book review. I hope this video is useful for the audience and useful for me to get good grades. Thank you for your attention. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.